I am so sorry. I cannot believe it's been a whole year since I've given you a proper update. There's been so much going on. One moment. Oh, yeah. Disclaimer! There will be swearing. There's always swearing. There's always swearing. So maybe you're wondering what I did with my year. Well, quite a lot, actually. I
often find myself alone, just talking on the phone, and it's not like you'd answer. So I unbury the board, try and summon my dark lord, dressed up for the occasion. Ooh. We are, don't leave me on the run. We are, I'm in love with the dead, hoping you make the first move. Hello, hello, am I coming through? Try so hard to be patient.
And I have been working my ass off during my day job. Doing the mom thing. Shouldn't touch the video. Okay. So what else has been going on besides a fuck ton of new vinyls and a fuck ton of new canvases? Given a lot of these ones are old canvases, but I have a lot of new canvases too. Okay. She is new, painted from St. Mark's, and she is new from Brighter Reanimator. The flipped image is not nearly as good as it is straight on. How bizarro. Nonetheless, I have a lot of paintings coming, a lot of paintings in the works. I'm open for commissions until August. So if there's anything that you guys are interested in having me paint for you, I can do that too. So, cosplays, the Tiffany cosplay was stellar, and I want to do more. I can't wait to do more appearances as Tiffany, as Tiff. That was a blast. I still don't have a Chucky doll, which is shameful, and I hope to rectify that soon as well. So, hopefully I can maybe trade in some of these canvases for a Chuckster. That would be cool as hell. Oh, and for my birthday, that was the other thing. I turned 40 this year. I can't believe I turned 40 this year. I don't feel 40. Do I look 40? I don't know. I probably don't act 40 either. But yeah, 1984. Same age as like He-Man and shit. I can't believe it either. Yeah. I didn't really feel my age until that Adamant show, because witnessing something that I've loved for so much of my life was just like, I was a baby. I didn't even realize, like, that really made an impact. I still dance like Adam. Half of my facial expressions I stole from him in the Stand and Deliver video. Shamelessly. But, you know, I got into choreography because of that. I got into punk music because of that. We're gonna sit. We're gonna fix this thing. And have a little Adamant discussion. Because this year was huge. But Adamant was the cherry on top. I cannot even begin to tell you. It was amazing. It was amazing. And his band sounds so good. And I meant, that's better. Now I can talk a little bit more about my weirdo fandoms. I had to put on my Fiend or Foe shirt. I know it's Blood-Sucking Zombies, but this is the pin that I gave to Will after the show. So, That pin no longer exists. That was like the last one. They are out of print, so at least I have my shirt, and it's got the Fiend or Foe, clearly an Adam reference, Jolly Roger. Yeah, I had to explain to my daughter what it was like waiting for eBay, because I was getting Adamant in the mail. Long before YouTube wasn't a thing. We couldn't just watch the videos. Either you had them on VHS, taped from TV, or Antics, or the Prince Charming review, or you just didn't. So I knew that some of the Ant boxes came with a DVD that I badly wanted, but I did not get it, the Ant disc. But it did come with the booklet that I absolutely adored. And hearing some of these songs is just like hearing them the first time I put the tape in. When it came in the mail, it was such a big deal. Like my Ant box booklet, it was such a big deal. Like it was huge for me. It was the first family that I got to pick. And some of these people, even though I've never ever met them, are still some of my oldest and dearest friends on the internet. So people that say that your internet friends are not your real friends are full of shit. These people take time. They make you feel like you matter. They really do. Ant family is just different. Like, when I found out that people that were in my everyday life were Adamant people, it's like, oh, okay, we're best friends now. Because we shared something very special. It's kind of like being a Star Trek fan, but like, to the end. Like, again, I had to explain to older people when I was younger that he was my Elvis. And now I have to explain to children that he's my Taylor Swift. It's like, no. But better. I remember making tapes of the records I got. And because you couldn't really find the CDs, you could maybe find tapes on eBay or records. So because of Adamant, I had to start collecting vinyls. I had some classical stuff, you know, the big treasury that I'm proud of that has like Tchaikovsky and Mozart and Beethoven and everyone. But vinyls for rock music, I had to have Adam because that was the only way you could find it. Unless you're getting the cassette tapes with your allowance on eBay at 16 in the year 2000. And, you know, I became a fan at the worst time. Like, I hate to bring it up, but, you know, Adam went through a very rough patch right about the same time I became a fan. And I got made fun of a lot. It's like, hey, we saw your boy in the paper. And I never let it bother me. I remember very distinctly being like, shut the fuck up. I will still see him on stage one day. It'll happen. I never gave up hope. I always believed that he was going to do a comeback, even when people thought I was nuts 5 years after Wonderful's release. But no. I always knew that I'd be able to see him on stage. I didn't expect to see him twice. And so my first attempt at buying these tickets, I didn't let myself get very excited because there were online tickets. I didn't have stubs in my hand. I half expected to get to the venue and then tell me something went wrong. You know, I can't get into the show. So I wasn't letting myself get my hopes up. But when we got in, and they started, English Beat was great, by the way. They were fantastic. I didn't know them very well, but I do like a little bit of reggae here and there. And they were fantastic. But Adam, I saw him 11 years ago in Michigan. It was up near Detroit. And this time was just different. This time seeing him in Indy on this tour, the Ant Music 2024 is just, it's on another level. Like, I'm not going to fangirl out too bad, and I swear I'm not going to cry, because I spent the first week after the concert crying. I didn't full on weep till I got home. But I'm just so fucking proud of him. I'm just so proud of him. And to see him, like, I kept thinking that at the shows, I'm so proud of him, and this is not even his final form, and, like, yo, I ain't seen nothing yet. I'm just blown the fuck away. Like, again, I always swear, so apologies / sorry not sorry. for all the swearing, but never have I ever been more proud to be an Ant fan, even at the first show when it was like we were seeing him for the first time and never thought we would. We went in a big group with some of the girls that I made tapes for. What I'm getting at is that he's better now on this tour than the amazing, immaculate, wonderful show that I saw 11 years ago. If you can see him on this tour before Cruel World with Duran Duran and everyone, if you can see him on his own with English Beat, go. I'm going to try desperately to get to another show when he loops back around. But after all of us talking about how great he's been, I wouldn't be surprised if every single show sold out immediately. Because he's on fire. He's got that spark in his eye. He's moving. He's dancing. The band is tight as a drum. 2 drums. 2 sets of drums. Like, they sound so good. And people are talking about how there's not a horn section, but if you're a vocalist, you don't want to have to fight a horn section. I get that. And it's like, he's not singing it the same as the recording. It's like, no, he's got backing tracks for some of that, and some of that he sings different, depending where his voice is, if he's comfortable. But not everybody knows that. That's fine. But to see him perform, and to see him really look like he's enjoying performing, he looks like he's enjoying it. And that's my favorite part. Like, to see him happy to be around his fans. It's such a big deal. Adam's part of the reason I don't like getting starstruck. I don't want anyone to ever feel like unsafe or weirded out by my enthusiasm. And I've read in his book about him having weird dealings with fans, people not acting right? And so I never want someone to feel like that on me. I'm enthusiastic. I get very excited, but I'm not dangerous. I'm not unsafe. I'd never want anyone to feel unsafe around me. But this is what I wore to the show. With my bright striped pants, a la Rod from The Other. I know he saw me. I ran down to the front a few times to get photos, and he kind of did a wave, and I have it on camera. If I can pull it up, I will. He's probably waving to the whole group of people. I mean, obviously, I don't want to be like, oh, he waved just at me. I wish. But I know he saw me, and that was the coolest feeling, because it's been such a big part of my life. For my whole life.
I wish we had not so many clothes, but a sweet love, with a break of teas. I thought I was good. It was sexual.
Like, I've stolen his dance moves and his facial expressions, and so much of the music that I enjoy now is because of Adam. I wouldn't have gotten into punk music if it wasn't for Adam. He was the first one. He was the first. Beatles and Adam and musicals. So I'm just completely floored by his performance last week. I was not expecting that. He could have come out in a damn wheelchair playing acoustic, and I would have been like drooling in my sleep, drooling in my seat. But he just gave it. He gave it, and he gave it right to the end. Like, I thought my soul was going to leave my body. I feel bad because I probably was singing along too loud and jumping too high and not being as respectful as I should to the people behind me. But my God, he was in good form. He sounded good. His voice was good. And I've never, ever been more proud of that man in my life. Oh, and now I get to share it with my daughter. How cool is that? She's not much younger than I was when someone sent me that shock treatment tape with Shock Treatment, Rockula, and Antics in the Forbidden Zone. And I showed it to so many people. So many younger people, and I gave out so many tapes. It was my first real experience with promoting music just to promote the music. I wasn't getting anything from it. Just to know that he had more fans was enough for me. And here we are now. This US tour is absolutely amazing. Everyone on the tour is doing a killer job. And I just wish I could follow you guys around and help you guys load and unload and shit. But honestly, I'm completely and totally blown away by what he's accomplished on this tour. Coming from someone who's loved him for, 26 years? I know a lot of people have me beat. A lot of people have been there since the beginning. But again, I got in at the worst possible time. No one thought he was ever going to do anything again. And I'm so happy he proved them wrong. I knew in my bones. I knew in my bones he was going to prove them wrong. So, rock on, Adam. I'm very proud of you. I really thought that stand-up was going to be full size when I ordered it. Read the fine print, kiddos, every time. I haven't done an Adamant painting. I painted one of my friends' Adamant once, but I still have not painted Adam. I wasn't sure which version of Adam to do. But now, after going to that show, I think I'm going to do the one from the tour, because for 69, he's looking alright. Just saying. Here's a little bit of the artwork that I made as a teenager, because I said that I was unable to draw, so I just collaged stuff that I printed off the internet. Most of it from adamant.net. I was just telling my daughter that, we kind of invented social media because we had to. There was no Facebook, there was no MySpace, it was just the Yahoo group and the chat boards on the website. Plus, when I was in my 20s, all my CDs got stolen, and these have what I've been able to replace, this being my favorite. This I got originally for my Sweet 16. The Adamant themed party, a glorious ant cake that said happy birthday little ant girl. That probably is more my name than anything else. And this I literally just bought because Lost Frontiers is on it. Yeah, we got Queen and David Bowie, but I wouldn't have been the big Queen and David Bowie fan that I am now if it wasn't for Adam and the Ants. Because of him, I got that Lou Reed CD and the Sex Pistols CD. He really, really was responsible for a lot of my life. A lot of my personality is just being ant people. I gotta fix my stripe. But one more thing. I got this awesome keychain at the show. It's so shiny. I love it. But I'm gonna have to take it off this keychain and make it into a necklace. For sure. That's exactly what's gonna happen. So, maybe there's gonna be some adamant dresses in the future too. We'll see. I hope so. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna do that super slow, light.
I never asked to be this way, but was required to serve for the master. I never questioned anything. Now here I am, a fucking disaster. Flies and spiders and webs I now adore. It's remnants of those I once let slip away. They've given up on me and I am too black to care. But I care, sometimes I still care. I
everything I had. The master said he'd come back for me, and through this tiny window I get to see his ship, her face, my prize. I got a funny feeling all has been in vain. Sometimes I see the world turning outside, and then I see my shaking hands, my head are gray. Apart from them, stung by the master life, the master life. They're coming to take me away. They're coming to take me away. They're coming to take me away. Ooh. Me freaking out the neighbors. I remember the last verse, but I can only remember the last verse. I do. Got a lot of songs half written. A lot of songs vocal melodies, but they need guitar parts. They need drums. I was born with a broken heart. They knew I was trouble right from the start. And now this brain won't even let me dream. I guess I'm just busted at the seams. So now I'm here, no fault of mine. I should be grateful for the time. But what if on the day I died, something evil slipped inside? Slipped inside, slipped inside, slipped inside. 'Cause I was born with a broken heart. They knew I was trouble right from the start. And now this brain won't even let me dream. I guess I'm just busted at the seams. Or at least that's how it seems. And I'm hearing all the screams, and I'm not sure what it means. Been dead since the nursery. Just a spanner in the works, chaos in your universe, a sinful synchronistic curse. Break my heart, do your worst. 'Cause I was born with a broken heart. You knew I was trouble right from the start. And now this brain won't even let me dream. I guess I'm just busted at the seams. Or at least that's how it seems. And I'm hearing all the screams, and I'm not sure what it means. Been dead since the nursery. You always knew I dug dead guys. If we don't talk, you can't tell lies. I can't believe you had the gall. Tattered treasures, on we all. On we all. On we all. On we all. 'Cause I was born with a broken heart. And I was born with a broken heart. You knew I was trouble right from the start. And now this brain won't even let me dream. I guess I'm just busted at the seams. So I've got a few. I think there's 6 songs. I need to either redo the backing tracks to re-record. But hopefully the EP will be out before the end of the year. Fingers crossed.